Now, the second thing we want to do is we want to get great at a script. And here's why. It's not that you can't say anything to get people to come listen. Here's the problem. Is it duplicatable? That's the secret to success. How many of you been to a Starbucks? Duplicatable. How many of you been to all of these different chains that all of us know by name? Every single one of them look the same. That's the only way you can scale. You can't scale doing something so individually that it's going to stop the next person from doing it. Now, here's my experience in ACN. Number one, you got to ask the question. And let me tell you what the question is. Do you look at other ways of making money? That's the question. The faster you ask that question, the faster you can get them to come to a Zoom presentation. Meaning you got to be bold. Look, I don't know about everybody else. I didn't have, the next 20 years to figure things out. I had a short period of time to get as much as I could out of this opportunity. So when I was doing ACN, I was doing ACN. I was picking up the phone, asking the question, do you look at other ways of making money? That's doing ACN. Do you look at other ways of making money? Now, when you ask that question, here's what you're going to find. 90% of the time, people say yes. People say yes. Hey, do you look at other ways of making money? Absolutely. Can we agree? Most people say yes when you're asked that question. Now, once they say yes to that question, now we got to talk about an expert. Let me tell you why we need to talk about an expert. We create our own skepticism. We create our own skepticism. Now imagine if I were to call you up 20 plus years ago, I was selling t-shirts, and the t-shirt guy called you up about disrupting the healthcare system. How many of you would have been like, Patrick, I love you, right? You're a great guy, right? We always love seeing you, but you know what? Don't think I'm interested in getting involved in disrupting the healthcare system with you because I know your background's t-shirt sales. But what if I were to call that same person and say, do you look at other ways of making money? And they said yes. And I said, great. I've got a gentleman named Rick Cordero. He's incredibly successful. He's a multi-business owner. Everything this guy touches turned to gold. He's allowing me to invite a handful of people to meet him on a Zoom so he can tell you what he's doing. I'd love to put you down for coming. Now, how many of us would agree that just sounds better? Right? That's duplicatable. People can do what I just did. People can duplicate what I did. Now, I share that with you because the more you know about ACN, sometimes the more you want to talk about it. How many of us got caught up in that part? Right? The more you know, and you're like, and there's more. And hold on, and there's more, and free cell phone service, and 12 customers for electric get free electricity, and all of a sudden we're throwing all these things at somebody, not knowing that that person is literally wiping you off of them.